What's up, guys? It's Dinoshark, and as you guys probably know by now, 2 weeks ago the Mario movie came out, and that movie was fire. So I made this drawing of Bowser the other day, and today we're gonna color it. So let's get straight into it. So I decided to do the movie art style rather than the games, so I decided to use alcohol markers and colored pencils to give it a more realistic look. I started off with Bowser's mouth area and decided to do a base of yellow alcohol marker. Then later I decided to layer on top of it with some colored pencils to give it more depth and detail.
Mario, Luigi, and a donkey come to. 1,000 troops of Koopas couldn't keep me from you. Princess Peach at the end of the line. I'll make you mine. Oh. Peaches, 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 peaches. Ah, oh, yeah. Oh, peaches, peaches, peach.
We're the Mario Brothers. In plumbing's a game. We're not like the others who get all the fame. When your sink is in trouble, you could call us on the double. We're faster than the others. You'll be hooked on the brothers. Hooked on the brothers. Yo, you're in for a treat, so hang on to your seat. You're ready for adventure and remarkable feats. You'll meet Koopas, the troopers, the princess, and the others. Hanging with the plumbers, you'll get hooked on the brothers to the bridge.
So the next thing I decided to do was the horns, and I did the same thing. I had a base layer of alcohol marker, and then I had another layer of colored pencil to give it more depth and detail. So what I did this time was I had a base layer of gray alcohol marker, and then another layer of red alcohol marker on top. And something you guys may have noticed that I've been doing is after putting on the colored pencil layer, I've been putting on alcohol marker on top of that again. This is the alcohol kind of mixes with the wax in the pencil, and it kind of smoothens everything out. It makes it look more smooth and blended. So, yeah. And after I did the horns, I decided to move on to the eyebrows. I decided to do a base layer of yellow, and then I put red alcohol markers on top. But for the other eyebrow, I only did that with one of them. For the other eyebrow, I went straight on with red alcohol marker, because in my reference picture, one was darker than the other. So I think the eyebrows turned out pretty good. Next up was the eyes. I just went on with some gray, and I also went on with some red on one of them to give it a cool effect. And the eyes were really simple because most of them, it was mostly just white. I went in with brown because he has brown eyes. And then I started working on the lower half of the mouth with the colored pencils, and as I was mentioning earlier, I put another layer on top. And as you can see, it really smooths everything out and it looks a lot nicer. I put on a lot of oranges and reds, and it adds a lot of depth and detail. Even go in with a bit of brown, and I think this part, the blending was really good. Then I went in with the teeth. The teeth was simple. I just went with some gray and some red and purple to give it a nice highlight instead of being boring with it just being white with gray shadows. I decided to just make sure that outside was good before I started working on the tongue area. So as you guys can probably see here, I was having a lot of trouble blending the dark portion and the light portion, and I went in with colored pencils, alcohol markers. I put them on top of each other. I tried a lot of blending. Eventually, I found something. I mean, no matter how hard I tried, it wasn't looking that good. So eventually, I just tried until it looked at least okay. And of course, the shading could have been better. Now it's finally time to get onto the green part. The green part was pretty simple. I just layered it on. I just layered on some light green. Because this is the movie version I'm going for, I decided to add some darker green spots to resemble scales, because the movie version is a lot more detailed, so you could really see the scales up close compared to the games. So I decided to replicate that with some darker green spots. And now I'm finally finishing up the head portion with some orange and red. And after I finally got that, I decided to go work on his necklace thing, which was really simple. And now it's finally time for his hair. So I just went on with a yellow base, like the left eyebrow. Well, technically right, but it's on the left. And with some dark red on top. But this time, instead of putting colored pencil on top, I put alcohol marker on top of alcohol marker. And then I put some colored pencil as well on parts that were lighter. And at first it looks a bit messy, but I try some more attempts. I put layer after layer after layer, and now it's time for highlights. I grabbed a white pen and started adding some highlights. This pen, I don't think I was using it properly because I just got it, but it was a really good pen. I just wasn't pressing on it hard enough, so the ink was really coming out, so it looked kind of sloppy. But because of that, first I was doing an outline with some black pen. But yeah, anyways, because it looked a bit sloppy, I went on with some more marker. I'm finishing out my outline because I don't want it to look fully realistic. I wanted to add some cartoonish elements because Mario is not supposed to be too realistic. So I'm just finishing up this outline. And it's finally done. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for part 2.